Hello and welcome back to Spanish Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I canceled Titans. So, I'm not doing Titans anymore, but I'll get into that after I take care of a little bit of business. So, if you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the items, all the stuff you've been watching, and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages up there as well. I ended up canceling Titans on Thursdays just because that last episode was just horrible, quite honestly, and I was just going to end up doing another negative review is what was going to go on. And I usually have my 4 episodes and done, 4 negative episodes and done routine, and that one I just kind of went way over on it. I was hoping it was going to get better, Stanley. That's what was going on. I knew it was horrible. I knew it was trash, but it honestly just needs to move over to the CW at this point and just go totally PG. Because either that or it needs to go, it's on HBO Max now. It just needs to go into the full TNA route and just become a fucking porn parody at this point. Because that's really what it is. So, yeah. There is not a lot of news this week. I mean, I thought last week was slow, but holy shit, this week is really slow. Like superiorly slow. I think I have like 5 items. And by the way, I'm sorry if you're hearing music in the background. That's not me. The building managers have decided to throw a super spreader event in the atrium, so it's nice and loud. That's what you're getting. That the small amount of music or something like that happens in the atrium right outside my window actually reverberates throughout the entire building and becomes a lot louder. Yay! Which is why I'm looking at moving again. Not so yay, but anyway. Let's talk about a little trailer that dropped. What was it, yesterday? No, Thursday. The Matrix 4 Resurrections. And not erections, but resurrections. It might as well be erections at this point. We see some familiar faces, of course, with Carrie-Anne Moss and, of course, Keanu Reeves coming into this. And they have been, I guess, reinserted into the Matrix. We don't know. They're back in San Francisco and meeting each other. And then, of course, we have Yahya Abdul Mateen II, who looks like Morpheus, and he actually is Morpheus, excuse me. He has actually confirmed that he is actually playing Morpheus. I guess they couldn't get Larry Fishburne to come back, or they didn't ask him back. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, there was also a younger person playing the Oracle as well. We saw the Oracle as well in there. So Stanley says I have an anti-vaxxer. Oh, nice. Yeah. Anti-ventilation as well. I feel for you, Stanley. So, the trailer looked good. It looked interesting. I guess they've wiped Neo's mind. I don't know if this is another precursor to the Matrix being reborn again or what this is. I don't know if it's entirely necessary, quite honestly. We'll see, because I mean, it's coming out on HBO Max and theaters. And you notice I said HBO Max instead of theaters first, and on December 22nd. So I'm going to watch it on HBO Max. I'm not going to go into theaters. I'm not going to the drive-in again, by the way, anytime soon. The drive-in sucked balls. So I'm not doing that anytime soon. Apple Crust says, yeah, I have one as well. She doesn't need Yeah. Stanley says no interest in a new Matrix movie here. Should I watch? Yeah, watch the trailer. The trailer is interesting. It's pretty good. Um, Essentially what it looks like to me, it looks like the Matrix kind of redone with newer effects. It remember Speed Racer, this how Speed Racer looked really pretty and everything. That's all it had going for it was that it looked really pretty. The rest of it was shit. This actually looks like Lana Wachowski and I don't know if her sister's involved in this or not, but they used their techniques that they did on Speed Racer for this movie as well. You can tell that they actually have incorporated that bag of tricks into this trailer as well. So it's going to look really pretty. I don't know what the story is going to be like. They haven't wowed me with a story, the Wachowski siblings, since probably since The Matrix. So yeah, I don't know if I've actually I don't think there's been anything that they've wowed me with. And even then, I mean, 2 and 3 of The Matrix were pretty shitty stories. They were pretty visually, but yeah. Anyway. Apple Crow says everything isn't green anymore. How are we supposed to know if they are in the Matrix? Stanley says next week we'll get Dune in the cinema over here. I'm still considering going. Oh, that's right. Dune is supposed to be coming out. Well, that's going to be coming out on HBO Max too, so I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, the whole thing with Marvel now going back to being theaters only until for the first 45 days, I think is what it is, before releasing it in theaters or on Disney Plus. I'm not with, quite honestly. It's not going well with me on that one. I'm not going to theaters. I'm just sorry, it's not going to happen unless, like, I can get a bunch of people that I know together that are already vaccinated and stuff like that, and we rent out a theater for $200, and then I have to get at least 10 people in order for me to justify that cost. So Philip says I wanted to go to the drive-in this summer, but they paired Cruella with Black Widow just to spite me. Now I'm black pilled on all movies for the next 4 years. Hey, come on. Cruella was actually really good. And Black Widow I liked as well. Actually, I'm going to go on record as saying so far, out of all the movies I've watched this year, Cruella is the best movie I've seen this year. Yes, that's what I said. It's the best movie I've seen this year. It was actually fun. It was innovative, and I mean, normally I'm not into these cash grab things that Disney does, doing their animated movies as live action, but this one actually worked. It actually sold me, and I found it fairly charming, and I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fucking awesome. I mean, but it's all old songs anyway, so you know. Yes, that's right, Stanley. I said Cruella is the best movie I've seen so far this year. Yes. Philip says, even if they come out with a perfect movie, I won't be able to enjoy it. I'll keep looking for the twist that ruins it rather than stay in the moment. That just means you become an old curmudgeon. Join the club. So that's why you're here. Speaking of which, October 19th, the animated movie based on the video game and also the comics, Injustice, hits Blu-ray and digital. DVD and digital, all that kind of stuff. Was it needed as an animated movie? No, not really. I mean, if I really wanted, I'd just go back and play the video game again, which essentially is Mortal Kombat with some cutscenes, but that's really neither here nor there. I still need to go back and revisit it again. I have a level 21, I believe. No, level 20 Batman with some like rare armor on him and all that kind of stuff, and see what he's doing. Because even though you're not online, your characters end up you're fighting other. You can actually fight other people's characters who aren't online, and the computer will play. The AI will play them for you, and usually they do a better job. And they kind of ramp up your characters anyway while you're not there, which is nice. I've also got a Hellboy one that I've taken that I bought, which was actually pretty good. I had ramped him up a bit, and I'm trying to think who else. I wanted to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I didn't. I was going to buy that one as a, Is it the Shoemaker nipple armor? It is not. It is not the Shoemaker nipple armor. Yeah. Although that would be interesting if they did have it. Why, in my day, people respected their elders. In the immortal words of Socrates, I drink what? Yeah. Speaking of bad movies, Owen Wilson and Rosario Dawson have joined the cast, which I believe Tiffany Haddish is one of them. I can't remember who the fourth person is, of the remake of Haunted Mansion. Yay! Another movie that no one wanted. Remember the movie The Haunted Mansion that Eddie Murphy did about 20 some odd years ago, I believe is what it was. Yeah, neither do I. It was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was kind of silly more than anything else. I don't know why I know why it needs to be remade is because Disney needs to make more money and they want people to come in and ride their rides. Yes, Stanley, I am looking forward to Midnight Suns as well. And I will get to the Marvel stuff in just a minute, the Marvel games in just a minute. But Haunted Mansion, really? Do we really need Haunted Mansion? I don't think we do, but hey. So my next thing, Stanley, that I was going to talk about is Insomniac Games has revealed the trailers for both Spider-Man 2, the video game, and Wolverine. They have a Wolverine game that's in the works for the PS5. And the Wolverine game, all it was just a bunch of people that are laying on the floor, unconscious, and the bar is all trashed, with one lone guy sitting at the bar drinking. When one of the guys gets up off the floor, pulls out a knife, and of course, the guy sitting at the bar releases the claws. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward. Well, first, I have to get a PS5 at some point in time. I haven't been motivated to do it. It's not easy to get, and I'm like, yeah, if you fuckers aren't going to put it in a store, then why am I going to do it? So, yeah. And what else we got here? I'm looking at. Hey, Marks, how's it going? You're not a PlayStation person, Stanley. It'll probably end up going out to Xbox. Well, it'll probably be PC. Excuse me. It'll probably be on PC at some point. They'll probably do Xbox as well. It's Insomniac Games, so I think they're going to end up doing it for Xbox as well. And yes, I did have that on my list of things. Apple Crow. Knights of the Old Republic is being remade for PS5 as well. So for those of you who don't know what Knights of the Old Republic are, Knights of the Old Republic is a Star Wars game, which was badass to play. And essentially, you could craft your character into smugglers or bounty hunters, Jedi Knights, Siths, all that kind of stuff. And you'd follow paths and whatnot. And you would build these characters up. And they're actually remaking this game. There was a Knight of the Old Republic 2 that was always been teased. And it never came to fruition because the company lost money and went bankrupt. They had it on the servers. We'd heard all about it and everything like that. So now they're actually going to be redoing this. I forget who's doing it. I honestly am blanking on who's doing the game right now, but I know it is for Sony for the PS5. Sony was the one that announced this, of course. And was there a Knights of the Old Republic 2? I thought that had never been released, Stanley. Am I mistaken? Was that actually released? Okay, maybe I was mistaken in that. Maybe that was released. I thought that never saw the light of day and was just stuck on servers. Oh, okay. It was truncated. That's why. That's why I never bothered with it. I had heard some bad stuff, and then I never bothered with it. So there you go. But yes, they are doing a reboot of this PS5. And yeah, that'll be fun. There's even a patch that puts out the unfinished parts. Oh, okay. There we go. Shows you how much I play video games, right? That's how much, bottom of the barrel scraping I'm doing right now is where I'm actually covering video games right now. A little bit in the news here. And the final thing I have news-wise, I mean, there's really, like I said, not a lot of shit. The people who gave you Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, which is actually a good movie, the Sonic movie is pretty good. They're trying to bring Teddy Ruxpin to life in film and TV. Do we really need a Teddy Ruxpin? Now, if they made Teddy Ruxpin evil, like a satanic doll from hell, that I might actually watch. But as it stands, not so much. If they're going to go straight forward with it. Yeah. Apple Crow says TOR Online also continues some of the story. And if you're a big Star Wars buff, especially of that era, it's worth playing. Okay. And Apple Crow still a fan of Cyberpunk. And Stanley says he's still waiting for Cyberpunk to be finished. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Aren't we all? So Teddy Ruxpin versus Chucky. Yeah, that would be interesting. Them vying for the soul of a little boy that they're both fighting over that they want to get first. That would actually be kind of cool. Hi, I'm Chucky. I'm Teddy Ruxpin. Would you like to be my friend? I'm sorry, but that fucking bear was evil even when it first came out. We all knew it. We all knew that it was actually an evil thing. Sounds like a Venture Brothers spinoff. It could be. Yeah, I'm waiting for that Venture Brothers movie to kind of wrap things up. I'm hoping that that's what Doc Hammer and Jackson Public are working on right now because they need to finish that shit up and get it out there. And then get working on a live action, movie. Oh my God, Philip. That's a bad pun. I'm not even going to say it. I mean, that's a pun even Apple Crow wouldn't touch. That really is. That is a. I'm pretty sure that's a pun that even Apple Crow wouldn't touch. So much so I'm not even going to repeat it. So, moving on. That's all I've got really in the realm of news. There's, like I said, there's not really a lot out there right now. And of course, that's because we got the pandemic going on. There's not a lot of stuff being released at the moment. And we're right before the fall season starting too. So actually next week, we've got Why the Last Man coming out on FX at Hulu. What else? Doom Patrol season 3, of course. Star Wars Visions is coming out next week. There's quite a few things that are coming out next week. Rose McIver's new series Ghosts that's on CBS comes out in October, beginning of October. There's things here and there scattered throughout the fall season here. You would do any pun, Apple Crow? Okay. Apple Crow says Rick and Morty is dead to me now that Rick used the slang term slaps. Well, that's what happens. Philip says Titans was okay this week. I wasn't, Philip. So delving into the whole Titans thing a little bit further, since Morks is here now, we can actually discuss Titans, his favorite show. I'm tired of them not gelling together as a team. They came together as a team briefly in this episode that just happened, and then it kind of fell apart pretty rapidly, and it's just like, yeah, the storyline isn't there. No one knows what the fuck the Scarecrow is doing. The Scarecrow doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing, why he's doing it. There's no So, okay, season 1, Trigon wanted to take over Earth. We know that. We got that. Okay, great. Season 2, Deathstroke wanted to destroy the Titans because they came back together again, and he blames the Titans for killing his son Jericho, even though he was the one that killed Jericho. Great. We get that. Season 3, huh? What does Scarecrow actually want? He wants to save Gotham by tearing it down. Is this actually the Joker's plan? Batman has run off. We don't know what the fuck is going on with Titans right now in this season, nor do I really care. So yeah. Stanley says, sorry, as a foreigner, I don't even know what that term means, what that means. No one else does, Stanley, either in the United States. Slaps is a term, a slang term that is only used by, I believe, children under 15. You can send all your hate mail over to Apple Crow. So, yeah. Oh my God. Someone is playing piano actually, I think it's just a cat walking on a piano is what's going on out there. It sounds like shit. I've heard cats fuck with more harmony than what's going on out there. Philip Ademic says, Commander's hot comic accurate costume makes the whole episode. Okay. I haven't watched the last episode of Rick and Morty, by the way, so. Or were you talking about Titans? Because I don't know who Commander is. Oh, you mean Coriander? Okay, there we go. Corey's. I was like, who's the fuck is Commander? Just call her Corey, man. Corey's. I did like Corey's outfit. Yes, they moved her out of the hooker outfit, and they've given her a better fucking outfit. And Blackfire as well. Blackfire. Not Darkfire, but Blackfire. Darkfire is something else altogether. I believe that is something that comes out of you after you eat Taco Bell with extreme hot sauce. His Darkfire comes out with a K, Stanley. It's Kri apostrophe ANDER, if I remember correctly. They just call her Corey for short. I mean, and yes, it probably was actually, she probably was named after the spice. I wouldn't put it past somebody. As someone who has actually looked for names through the spice rack before as well, to name things. Hence how Pepper has received her name. Yeah, but do you put an apostrophe after the I? You don't. See? All right. That's devolved a bit. I didn't mean to turn this into a, why I hate Titans now thing, but that's pretty much where it was going. That's the reason why I didn't do a Titans stream and why I canceled at the last minute. So, anyway, this is going to be a short one because honestly, there is nothing out there at the moment. And honestly, this music's distracting me a bit too. I think it's music. Again, like I said, they might have a monkey that's running over, being run over by a car, or actually has its tail caught in a vice. I don't know what's going on out there. But yeah, it's sounding pretty bad. So with that said, what else do I have going on this week? Tomorrow is going to be maybe, spoiler alert, basically where we get to talk about and spoil any shows you guys that's out there right now. Shows, movies, TV, whatever it is out there. You guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Monday, depending on when Why the Last Man airs. If it airs early enough where I can watch, I believe dropping the first 3 episodes. So I think it might be Is It Worth My Time on Monday, and on Tuesday will be Why the Last Man. Wednesday, of course, will be What If. Thursday is nothing at the moment because I'm not going back to Titans. And Friday will be Star Wars Visions. No, wait. I take that back. Star Wars Visions isn't next week. Why the Last Man is next week. I'm actually looking at a calendar at the moment. That's right. Star Wars Visions is not until the 22nd. So, and then of course, Doom Patrol is until the 23rd. So Thursday and Friday, I'll be off next week. And then, of course, Saturday rolls back around again to Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the weekend and genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Philip Ademic says, I like Zombie Avengers on rewatch, even with the flaws you pointed out. Oh, speaking of which, this was kind of a nice little surprise on my so those of you who follow me on Twitter, I usually post up, what I'm going to be doing, what show I'm going to be doing right before I do it, of course, with a link and everything like that. And Phil Lamar, if you don't know who Phil Lamar is, he's the guy in Pulp Fiction who's in the back seat of the car with Samuel Jackson and John Travolta, and he gets his head blown off. He's also a terrific voice actor. He has been in tons of stuff. A lot of DC stuff that he's done voice work on, Futurama. He's been on a lot of things. And he actually liked the tweet about Marvel Zombies there that I, threw out there, even though he was not in that episode. So that was kind of surprising and kind of cool. So I was actually kind of jazzed about that. It was a nice little pleasant surprise for the week, is really what it was. Yes, he was also in Mad TV. Correct, Philip. Yes. So I remember seeing him on Mad TV as well. But it's mainly his voice work is what I've really liked about him. Stanley says, didn't like the What If zombie very much. It was okay. Yeah. And I wasn't a big fan of it either. And again, it's Marvel. So even the bad stuff that they put out is pretty good. It's actually better than most stuff that comes out, like Titans. Sorry, Marks. I know you love it, but yeah. All right. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna let you guys go out and have fun for the rest of the day. Thank you to everybody joining me today in the chat, and thank you for making it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library pops up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can't, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit the bell down below there. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do, go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to the social media and my page is up there as well. Yeah. So, Philip says, I still haven't seen Stargirl this week. It was okay. Yeah. So, hey, Cheryl, I didn't even see that you were in here. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for spoiler alert. It's a 50-50 chance on that one, so who knows? But I'll let you guys know. If you take a look at the community feed that's on here on YouTube, I usually post it if I'm going to cancel it or not. Sometimes some other stuff comes up, like life stuff, and I need to move on with other things. So that's what happens when I end up canceling on Sunday like that. It's usually because of the little dog is what ends up happening there. So thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have a super spreader event being held in your building, and there's really nothing you can do about it except just walk away from it. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots. Stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your weekend. See you tomorrow.